I'm standing here with DaMia Harris, Executive Director of the Mount Vernon Youth Bureau. Ms. Harris, can you tell me a little bit about what it has been to see a mayor that's committed to youth? What has it done in terms of making your job either more easy or more difficult?
Well, there is no easy when it comes to youth development services, but I will say that the mayor has been extremely supportive of the Mount Vernon Youth Bureau, and in me in particular. And so, he has just been there. He certainly understands the needs of this community, and particularly our young people, and he's committed to assisting them in developing the skills that are needed for self-sufficiency.
So seeing all these projects happen, the memorial field projects going forward, that's another tool, I guess, in your toolkit to put kids to use, or in terms of giving them an outlet to express themselves, be it athletically or intellectually, because there's going to be a lot of design work going into all these different projects. What do you see in terms of the youth in Mount Vernon participating in these projects and learning about the business end of all these development projects?
It's extremely valuable. I mean, our young people need to be prepared for self-sufficiency, and in doing so and preparing them, they need to be exposed to the development of Memorial Field as other buildings within the community. They need to be aware of urban development and what that means for communities like Mount Vernon. Science, technology, engineering, and math, that's the wave of the future. So we need to prepare them and do a better job. We're doing a good job. We need to do a better job in ensuring that they have the necessary 21st century skills.
Now, speaking of 21st century skills, we know that crime is at an all-time low. And we know that the police necessarily didn't arrest their way out of the social problems that are going on. Can you tell us about some of the other activities you're doing with the youth to make sure they are expressing themselves and getting the necessary coaching or social interactions to address some of the challenges they're facing at home and at school?
How long do you have? Because I could go on. I mean, the Mount Vernon Youth Bureau has a plethora of services that address juvenile delinquency and crime control. We work closely with the Mount Vernon Police Department through our Step Up program, where recently we had less than a 3% recidivism rate, which is commendable for a community such as Mount Vernon, given the social ills. We had approximately 104 young people who had been known to law enforcement, and out of 104, we had 3 who recommitted crimes, 3 or 4. So that is commendable, and it's done, in conjunction with police, but also through the Youth Bureau staff. We offer a number of opportunities for our young people just to be engaged in civic responsibility, such as the Mayor's Youth Empowerment Council, the Youth Board, victory programs, our GEM program, which addresses the gang violence and egregious acts that are committed within the schools. So, I could go on, but there's a number of initiatives that the city has implemented through the Youth Bureau to address crime.
Wow. That is another wow. I want to give you a hug. Oh my goodness. All the hard work that you're doing under the stress of, the financial crisis and the budget cuts coming through, how were you able to do it? How were you able to get 101 out of 104 kids to not recommit crimes, to reorient their understanding? How were you able to do more with less?
Well, we aggressively approach grant writing. You may have, been made aware that, I typically wear the hat of grants writer as well, and so we are very serious about going after federal, state, local dollars to ensure that our young people have the best opportunities possible. And so we have just been very successful in securing funding. But we also know that there is a dilemma within the state, the economic crisis, and so we've had to strategically plan, if you will, how we will implement programming that will sustain itself. And so we partner with our, local businesses as well as our community-based organizations to ensure that there's employment programs, to ensure that we have volunteer service programs. You name it, we try to partner with the agencies that can help us to provide it, because we certainly could not do it alone.
Well, you heard it here first. partner with the Mount Vernon Police Department, partner with the business community, partner with the educational institutions, partner with everyone, making sure our youth have the exposure and getting all the activities and resources they need so they can be self-sufficient going into the future. Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.